Have you ever had to confront something in your life and feeling like, oh my God, I just don't have the energy to do that, or I just want to put the pillow over my head, or you have this list of things to do, and it's like, oh my God, I just can't even think about what that is. Well, stay tuned because you'll want to hear what Mary and Karen and I have to say today. So I'm Shelley Carter, owner founder of Alder Healing Center and Shelley Live. I am a champion for wellness and human rights. And Mary, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mary Severson. I'm owner at Root Cause Wellness. I'm an activation specialist and a red light and PMF practitioner, and I do microscopy, nutritional microscopy on the microscope as well, and
Awesome.
evaluate both blood health.
Yay, we need you. And we have Karen Olson with us today. And today's her birthday. Yay!
Happy
Thank you.
birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I am Karen Olson. I am a realtor as well as a consultant for LifeVantage. Um, and I became a consultant for LifeVantage because I'm in my 50s, was feeling crappy, like no energy, just didn't have the end, like it was exhausting just to try and get up. And so LifeVantage has really, the products from LifeVantage have really like changed how I feel in a huge way, as well as helped with the menopause symptoms and stuff that I've been going through really for years. But they've really gotten worse in the last couple of years.
Now that's a topic we should do on our next show. Menopause.
Right.
That's a hot topic right now. So those of
Really
you
is.
who are out there listening, let us know what you would like to hear topics on, and just drop it in the chat, and we'll drop in some links for you guys to check out this weekend, this weekend, this weekend. Mark your calendar. September. Oh my goodness. No, we're not in September. We're in April, spring. So this Saturday, which is what I wanted to say, from 1 to 5, we're doing a live blood cell analysis, which Mary and her husband are going to be coming in to do. And it's free. So sign up, sign up, sign up, call, and book your time. There's going to be some taste testing. And as you guys know, if you're working with products and they don't taste good and they don't smell good and they feel like clumpy on your body, like who wants that, right? So you want to be there to find out what's new and exciting in terms of the world of products and supplements, and not even supplements, but I think they're called, what are they called, Mary?
Activators, activation. Yeah.
Activators. So this Saturday, April 12th, from 1:30 to 5, join us in Villa Park. You can call 630-328-3928 to book your appointment. Let us know you're coming. And Karen. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Karen's going to be there. Mary's going to be there. I'm going to be there. There's going to be a host. Well, this could be a comedy show, but there's going to be a host of us that are going to be there to connect with each other and have some fun and have some laughs, share some stories. I love story time. It's my favorite thing. So,
Try all the products.
huh?
And we get to try all the products.
Yes. Woohoo. So, taste testings. Um, so join us this Saturday. Bring a friend, a loved one, a friend of me. Anybody you want to bring them with you. Hey, and there's things for even cats and dogs and animals. So you'll want to know more. The topic today is on skincare and hair care. And when Karen and I were over at Mary's, and Karen, you may want to share a little bit about this too. We did some taste testing and some sampling of, they have a huge product line for the body, the mind, and the spirit. And I say this, I include the spirit in with that because if the body's not feeling good, the spirit's not going to feel so good. And so when it comes to having to deal with life's issues and confronting things, if you're not taking care of the body, the spirit can't do much of anything. It may want to, but it's still lagging behind. I used to say I had my body 10 feet behind myself. So I was dragging myself through life. So I don't know how many of you feel that way. So, Karen, what was your experience like with the hair care and the skin care? Well, I know we didn't try the hair care, but I think the sense of things impact how you feel also. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like the hair, the I think one, the hair care, like it just smelled wonderful. Um, and I haven't tried that yet. I know, Mary, you use that daily, correct? But
Yes.
what I did get to try was was it the lotion that you gave me, or I'm trying to remember exactly, but whatever you had us like rub on our hands, man, like my hands as I get a bit older, I say that like it looks like I have old lady hands. Even though I'm just 54 today. So I'm still coming.
You're
But the
getting, Karen, you're getting younger and younger.
Well, actually, with these products, you're right. I'm starting to age backwards, so that just the numeric age maybe 54, but inside I'm re reverse aging. But yeah, so the difference uh in being here in Chicagoland area and during the winter, my hands get so dry and cracked and look like old lady hands. And so just the difference in the just using it that day we were out by you, like you could see like my hands were smooth and they stayed I guess I could see like the little wrinkles disappear just with trying it. So yeah, so it was a huge difference just and it smelled wonderful and it wasn't greasy. It soaked into my skin, didn't sit on top of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mary, what you got
That's the
there?
best part about all these products is they smell phenomenal and they're all clean. So download your Think Dirty app on your phone and put products in and put
Wait a minute.
products in.
Did you say Think Dirty app? What is that?
It's a Think Dirty app and it's a third party app. So you should actually have it downloaded and put any hand soap or laundry detergents or anything in your environment into this app. I use it as I'm shopping for things and try to keep my environment very clean. But LifeVantage products are on the Think Dirty app and they have 0 and 1 scores, which are the best scores. So they're
So
absolutely
what's the highest the scores go to? Is it from like 0 to
10, I believe.
oh, okay.
But yeah. And then they'll be in the green and the yellow and the red, the markers, and they'll have a number. So we're all in the green, we're all in the clean, and our products have the Nerve 2 activation in the topical as well. They go 7 layers deep for healing. So being a farmer with horses and doing chores in Wisconsin in the winter, the cracked and bleeding hands were a thing. And it's something, it's funny how we just think that that's how it has to be for the rest of our lives, but that's so not true. And so as the years have gone by, I very minimally have to use our products, even like the skincare line and stuff. As I've healed my body from the inside out, you can use tiny amounts and make this stuff last for months, literally, and use less and less of it instead of more. So that's telling you what it's doing as well.
Wow.
So the hand cream is a favorite, very economical,
Mhm.
and I always have it on hand. Grandbabies, cradle cap, um, horses, scratches, injuries, things like that. So I use it on everything, literally everything. So
That's good. So, one of the things I had developing like kind of like here on my head, I had this really thick dry patch. And what was the product you gave me for that? You said it helps with, it can help with cancer.
yeah,
Which
that was
one is
the
that?
True Hydrate, the brightening moisturizer.
Yeah, so I use that. By day 3, that dry patch just peeled right off and has not come back. So can you share with us about that?
So if I could tell a story because we like stories,
Oh, yay.
my dad about 5 years ago had pretty serious skin cancer on his bald head. Being a farmer, being outside, had the skin cancer on his bald head. The doctors burned it off. He had black, open, peeling sores. They literally tried to burn the cancer off. And I said, when you're done with that, let's come in with this, True Hydrate and get that on there. And he's been using it for 5 years. And when he went back for a recheck, just his yearly physical in November, they were peeking behind his ears and they were looking everywhere for skin cancer. They thought for sure they were going to find more to burn off. And I actually was with him and I said to the doctor, are we looking for cancer? And he says, no. So we don't cure, treat, mitigate disease, but when we're healing 7 layers deep and we're activating from the inside out at a cellular level and our body is functioning and working the way that it's supposed to, and it's a miracle body, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no more skin cancer at 80 years old. And the doctor literally said at his age, we find more every year.
Wow.
Very faithful to leave this sitting by his little table when he sits in the living room and put it on every day. So
Wow.
that's my story with that.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Karen, did you try that one?
I don't know if I did or not. What's the one that you sent the little samples home of us with us?
Those were the True Hydrate and the True Renew, which has 11 serums in and is like an all clean formula instead of your retinol cream. This is a True Renew.
Okay.
It's like a retinol, but it's all clean formula. This is my favorite. I will have to say this is my favorite when it comes to skin. And putting that on my face every day. The skincare line starts with the cleanser, which is a gentle exfoliant. So you put it in and you work it in really gently in a circular motion and clean your face. That's the first step.
Okay.
And then the second step is this wonderful eye serum that has a metal applicator to it. So you can just squeeze a little bit of that out.
Cool. I don't think I saw that when we were out there.
Yeah, there's so much. And it's got that metal cool applicator that people like.
Mm-hmm.
Some people just put a tiny little drop on their finger and rub it in. So whatever your preference is, and this lasts for a long, long time. And the nice part is at parties too, we see differences within the half hour. So we can do the whole system on somebody, take a before picture, do like the presentation and everything else we have to do for our meeting time, and then take an after picture to show them the before and after results of the products. So that's fun.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think about that. Okay, maybe that'll be the next time we get together.
But if we've got people hanging around, we always have the meeting after the meeting and we're never in a hurry to go. We always stay to answer questions. So if that's something after the meeting that people want to hang around and try while they're waiting in line for microscopy or something else, we'll have it there to do. So if people want to.
Yeah. So remember to mark your calendars for this Saturday, April 12th from 1:30 to 5. We're going to be doing live blood cell analysis, which is the microscopy, and taste testing. So we can actually taste, smell, and feel, taste, test, and feel how things are. And I'm just going to say you'll be amazed. I know when Karen and I came up to see you, I myself was pretty tired in dealing with whatever physical things I was dealing with. And so when I left being with you and Eric, it was like, I just felt so much better. So, and that was just from, I'm going to say a few minutes. It was more than a few minutes, but to have myself feeling so much better in just a few hours when I left and coming home with a few items, shockingly amazing. And it continued. It wasn't like it was a one-time thing and then, okay, that's it. So if you'd like to learn more and get more details and get some education and taste test, let's take a look at your blood and see how that looks, because that's actually quite amazing. And get some real data on and empower yourself on your journey to health. So join us this Saturday. 630-328-3928. Mary? Karen, who wants to
Uh,
go?
There's a shaving study too. My husband uses the cleanser, and there's a shaving study on what this does. So he applies this to his face before he shaves, and he uses this instead of shaving cream. Because
Really?
if you go shaving cream in the Think Dirty app, very toxic, very
Mm.
toxic. So his skin and his face is so much better and smoother. So when it comes to shaving, less nicks and stuff like that. So yeah. So men are a fan of all of our products as well when they start to incorporate them and use them.
And Mary, the the skincare line that helps with acne and like cystic acne.
Yeah. So for me, I've got quite a story of having rheumatic fever, um, being a streptococcus carrier, and being on antibiotics for 3 years straight when I was a young girl. And I had pizza face like nobody's business. My husband has pictures of like how awful it was and how painful that can be. And so that had everything to do with gut health and that gut brain connection. And I went through all these years and then getting into all the autoimmune things and, the possibility of living life in a wheelchair and just the huge story I have. But the acne was so bad. So when I started healing myself at a cellular level and then incorporating these clean products, my husband always said, I don't care what it costs. I don't care what it costs. If there's something out there that would help, it doesn't matter. He wanted that for me, right? So yeah, to have the skin I have and love the skin I'm in is a big deal.
Yeah.
So I take both approaches though, because we want to heal that gut,
Yes.
want that approach when it comes to skin as well. We want to look at the internal cellular health of a person. And then topically going 7 layers deep for healing, which is proven in our studies and stuff, and being a clean formula, we're healing that 7 layers of the skin as well
Oh,
with
nice.
with what we're doing topically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you said, I think I remember you saying that your sister-in-law, like you knew about these products for a while before you actually got to a point where you're like, all right, I need to do some, like you were tired of how you were feeling and what was going on, and finally said, all right, just let me try it.
Yeah. So I had serious health issues. I had a heart condition, kidney failure, was looking at, the diagnosis at the time was MS. We found Lyme, and living the life the way that I was. So I had tried all of these other products. People come to you all the time and they're like, this will help you. This will help you. Try this, try that. I
Mm-hmm.
couldn't take anything that was a stimulant base, I guess is the best way to put it. It would make my heart race. I could end up in the emergency room with blood pressures of 200 over 100 and something. So playing with my body was a serious, I took that very, very seriously.
Yeah.
And so, yes, my sister-in-law talked to me for a year on these products, and I kept saying, no, no, I'm not willing to put anything else on. Trying anything else is very scary for me. But when I saw my niece transform and my niece change, who had been on the products like a year, it started to really intrigue me. If that can help her, and she was put on the autism spectrum. I'll try to keep the story short. Was later found through a blood test sent to California, Lyme disease, neurological Lyme disease. And so healing her at a cellular level, the nerve2 activator, and just upregulating glutathione by 300% in 120 days. And when we're talking about that, your body is the factory. Your body's doing the work. Your body's making the glutathione. Now you're not texting your kidney and your liver. You're not supplementing.
Yeah.
And that's what we'll teach when we teach you about activation versus supplementation and being something completely new. If you've never looked at it before, your body, your God-given body is a miracle body, and it does the work for you. So that's different. And my sister-in-law was never gave up on me, never gave up on her brother either. And slammed 2 blue bottles down on the table and said, I'll buy them for you. And, I'll take it, I'll try it, and I'll call you and tell you I'm in the emergency room kind of, attitude. And it changed my life. It changed my outcome. And that's why I'm so passionate. And that's why I'm here and doing what I do.
That's awesome.
So,
I know we didn't plan for this but there's I know the buzzword out in the world is GLP-1 and the shots and things like that. Um, and I know Karen, you have worked with that product um for a bit, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did. And um, so for me, with menopause also came a good amount of weight gain. And so, with that is sore joints and all the food noise in your head and
Mary, do you have the bottles?
I do. I can grab them.
Okay, thanks.
and so I did, so like Mary was talking about, I know my guts messed up from taking having to take antibiotics for sinus infections and stuff over the years, which is actually something taking the NRF2 has helped immensely with, is calming down my allergies. And definitely, because I would come to you for help with my allergies.
Yeah.
Oh, and I got to tell you about something. Um, so, uh, so it's really helped calm my allergies down. And you know how over the last couple years I've developed allergies to every class of antibiotics. So much so the doctor's like, if you get an infection, like there's not a class of antibiotics that we can give you. So I'm like, oh, and he's like, that's not good. So more recently, just before I was going on vacation, I did end up coming down with a sinus infection. And so I messaged my doctor to do a telehealth visit. And I was like, I was also seeing an allergist to try and help with some of this so we could figure out how to desensitize my body to this so I can take some antibiotics if I need to. Um, so I messaged my doctor. We did a telehealth visit, and I told her, I said, hey, based on what the allergist said, I said, I want you to prescribe the Z-Pack for me. And my reaction to the Z-Pack the first time was my throat closed up and I ended in ER. So that's why they had flagged that allergy. Well, I was, she's like, okay, but if anything happens, like you need to call 911. Do not try and drive yourself, just you go straight to the hospital. So I was able to finish that course of antibiotics without any side effects whatsoever. And then after vacation, I ended up with a urinary tract infection. And so I went to the doctor. And so she was looking through and she was able to prescribe a different antibiotic for me in a different class. And I was able to take it without any side effects. And that's just really the thing I attribute it to is being on the NRF2 for what consistently now. What was it, 6 months or so, Mary?
Yeah, you're like 6 or 7 months. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, like that's huge. Things that I was having reactions to, I'm now with the help of my doctor and like consulting with them before I go in and take anything, you know. But I've been able to take it. So that's been huge for me. And then yeah, I did take the MB Enhanced system for about a month and a half, 2 months, but my gut is so messed up that I decided to gut health with the products before and then start taking that again. But even with that, like I noticed the food noise for me, like basically shut off. Like I could walk by whatever's on the counter, let's say it's cupcakes, chocolate, whatever, and look at it and not take it. Or if I was, just take one versus that, okay, now you're overeating. So I did notice that it gave me more energy and I did lose inches. So yeah, so that was, and I felt better for sure on that. Yeah.
Mary, what you got there?
So what she's talking about is the MB Core and the MB Enhance. And so what you do is you take 2 capsules of the MB Core when you wake up in the morning with water, with a glass of water. You wait a half an hour before any caloric intake. and you take 4 scoops of this MB Hance powder, and I just put it in water, and sometimes I'll add a flavor of our Axio drink to it and try to just, because I'm trying to do everything that's really clean. And so I like to just put it in water and drink it, and maybe some Axio flavoring in there. And I do 2 scoops in the morning,
Mhm.
and then I use 2 scoops late, mid-afternoon. When you so use this like a tool when you think you're going to have cravings. What time of day do you want to grab for things that maybe you shouldn't be grabbing for and putting in your mouth?
Mhm.
So this very much becomes a tool to shut off the food noise. And I know we can talk about it and people will chuckle or laugh, but until you experience something like this, you don't understand. I went through Christmas, Thanksgiving, all the holidays. I have to force myself to want to like bake cookies with the grandkids. I literally do not make any of that stuff, and I'm able to just really clean eat that outside aisle of the grocery store, if you will, and
Yep.
not pick up any of the junk. Um, so it's really, and I feel really good, and my blood tests are slowly getting better. And, it just takes time to reverse things, but this is an overall health when you're talking about cholesterol and cardiovascularly, what this does too, and then what it does for the gut brain connection. So it's just something to look at and really look into, because it's a whole system thing. We stop producing that GLP-1 hormone. It's age related, and it's weight related. When we kind of tip the scales, um, you know, we don't produce the hormone anymore. So this is 140% production of your GLP-1 hormone, proven in the study after being on it for 12 weeks. So get yourself to the point where you're again producing a hormone that you haven't produced for a long time, and watch things change. It's really important to take the measurements and look at the inches as well. And I think for women, you kind of avoid the scale and just let
Well,
the
there's
system
no kind of about that one.
go. Yeah. So there's no muscle wasting with this, like
Yeah.
with the pokes, if you will, and the other things that are out there. They're muscle wasting. They paralyze the digestive system. The side effects are kind of scary. Be your own advocate and look into those things. So
Mhm.
there's no muscle wasting with this. So if you're gaining muscle and losing fat,
Mhm.
and you consider what that looks like on the scale, don't let that be the only thing that you're looking at and the only thing that you're watching.
Yeah.
And kind of just do a whole body, a whole system reset.
And
Yeah,
if
and
somebody wanted to find out some of the analysis that have been done on these products, is it MD Pro MD, or where's the website they can go to get data?
Actually, our own websites underneath where this is sold, you scroll down and the PDF sheets are there and the studies are there to just copy, paste, and share. So it's super easy to
Okay.
get material to people. So
Okay.
they're in a PDF sheet form. You can print them out and get the studies and all the information on the products to people on anything that we have. Super, super easy.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you guys this Saturday. That is April 12th from 1:30 until 5. Call at 630-328-3928 to schedule for your live blood cell analysis or microscopy, as well as letting us know that you're coming. And we're in Villa Park. Call 630-328-3928. That's 630-328-3928. And we look forward to seeing you this Saturday.